James, who ran a great race with me, and what I believe was probably, we ran against probably the worst elected official in Prince George's County, who sits on the Prince George's County Council. And what I found out about the slates is, not only is it disheartening for for candidates to run, it crushes you to the point. In my case, I voted Republican for the first time for governor because of what the slates did to me. The problem was I ran with about $10,000. Keto, I think he ran with even less, and she ran with about $120,000. Much of it from people who did not live in our county, nor did they have our interests at heart. On election day, there were firemen from Pennsylvania, firemen from Delaware, firemen from New Jersey working the polls. There were police officers in full uniform escorting buses with seniors who had those cards to the polls illegally. But when you're against the slate, unless you're on a slate, and there's nothing you can do. Yes, we had Joe Gaskins as my campaign manager, and we talked to sitting senators who said, we don't want her on our ticket, but the powers that be, the Mike Millers, the powers that be, the other people who control Prince George's County, but more importantly, they control our elected officials. They said she has to be on there because she's our girl. And in a district where there's widespread poverty, in a district where young people are seeking answers and want to be engaged in the political process, in a district where ex-offenders and mothers can't find help that they need, we still elected a person who didn't care about our community. Finally, the most telling part for me was we found a poll. Later on, we found out there was a poll taken, and I was winning 47 to 46%. And the powers that be came and said, we can't let him win because he's not one of us. And what does that mean, me not being one of us? I have the unmitigated gall to stand up for righteousness. I have the unmitigated gall to go against the system. I have the unmitigated gall to think for myself. And I want my children to be able to have an opportunity to live out their American dreams. I want my children to believe in the American system. But the system we have now with slates that sends out 4 and 5 mailers, and they'll say official Democratic ballot. And these ballots go to what we call the super voters. But more importantly, they go to senior citizens who come from a different era, but who vote overwhelmingly Democratic. And they vote overwhelmingly the way they're told to vote. My friends, in closing, I'd just like to say, if we ever want to have the type of Prince George's County that we need and our children deserve, we have to eliminate the slates. If we ever want to have a type of Prince George's County where there's a true two-party system, whether you're Republican or Democrat, whether you're independent, where people begin to vote their interests, not because of their party.
Amen.
If we ever want a Prince George's County where the true American political system is lived out, we must eliminate slates, and we must have organizations like MAE-I, because MAE-I will make a difference, and MAE-I will give everybody an opportunity to win. God bless.